Hello, 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 Capricorns. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I should say I'm back. Anyway, my name is Patty for those of you that are brand new, and I say that because I had a knee replacement and I was gone for a little bit. So, for those of you that were waiting, I appreciate that for your reading. Thank you so much. You guys mean so much to me. I love my viewers. I love interacting. That's why I keep this a live chat. Really think it's important to keep the energies live as much as we can, close to the time that I do these readings for the week. And I think it's important because if somebody's having some challenges or some struggles out there and they want to question, that you're very welcome to interact and ask that question. I may not answer it right at the moment if it doesn't relate to what we're talking to, but I will get to it at the end. All right. So that's why I keep it interactive. I think it's really important that me as a tarot reader, I'm the conduit for whatever the divine has for you, not for me. So this is why I do it the way I do it. Also, I do interact astrology and numerology for those that don't know. I think it's really important to mix all three energies because they all coincide together because divine is energy. Divine is all kinds of energies, trust me. But the thing is, to the moon and the planets and everything that are also in that energy as well. So that's why I mix the divine, which is intuition, astrology, and numerology together. So for those people that are new, that's how I do it. So this first oracle, I'm going to pull 3 oracles. This is going to be the divine's energy, what he wants you to focus in on. And I say this week, but it's actually, usually I say this week, but this is for the next couple of months. These are energies he's wanting you to get down to your foundation and release energies. That is from the 29th to the 4th. And then the third oracle is the future energies, which is the energies for, I'm going to say the next couple of months. I'm looking at the full moon. We have a full moon on the 28th, which also has residuals from the 29th, 30th, and forward until about April 3rd. So you're going to feel these energies a little bit unbalanced because that's where those energies are. It looks like my thing is freezing up again. Holy Toledo. I think I need a new computer, actually. Let me close down a couple of things and see if that helps. There we go. Yeah, that helped. Okay. So definitely want to be looking into those future energies. However, keep those in the back of your mind because the current energy and the divine energy is what's really, you really need to focus in on the now because he can change so much. Oh my gosh, every single reading this week, guys, every single reading this week. I am not joking. I'll share it with you in a second. He's really, really, really pushing for this transformation thing. So the current or the divine energy, very interesting. The divine energy's focus is on the burdens that you have. Okay. And then that also is the number 7. Number 7 is about your potential and ambition. So what I'm hearing him say is the burdens are because you're not following the passions and the ambitions I've given you. I've given you a calling. I've given you a purpose. And the burden is that the distractions are going on around you and you're not paying attention. So it's creating more of a burden that is needed. That's not from me. That's from him. I got goosebumps everywhere. Whew, and even in my knee. Again, I just had a knee replacement, so hang in there with me. I'm going to be squirmy a little bit. Okay, this is the energy that we need to really focus in on between these two because the card, the oracle for the week is the Swan. I am not joking. If you've watched any of the other signs, it has shown up in, I would say almost but one, every reading. This is about transformation. This is about your spiritual gifts. Now, the card will say psychic gifts. I will not. because I don't like the word psychic. It has a negative connotation. I say supernatural gifts, spiritual gifts, whatever, because these are gifts that we should be embracing, not being afraid of, not feeling their curses. These are blessings the divine gives us. This is a transformation process from earth to spirit. And this is when your burden will be released. I'll tell you right now, from experience, from going from an earth mindset to a spiritual mindset. And that means, all that means is making my decisions and my choices based on what the divine wants me to do. I have to really pay attention to the unseen, the supernatural, the paranormal, those kind of things. I really have to hone in my intuition to say, okay, where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? Who do you want me to touch today? And I literally have to sit back and wait. And the answer will come. But on an earth-based, it's like, yeah, what do I want to do today? Well, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? What do I want to see? Very first dimensional. Everything that you can see, do, touch. This is going to be a transformation for somebody because the burdens that you carry are earth-based. So a lot of people really focus, like when we have the election here in the United States, they focus in on the elections, the political, blah, 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 blah. And that's earth. That is earth. They're so focused on that. Can you take it with you? No, you can't. Can you take love with you? Can you take kindness with you? Can you take truth with you? Can you take that when you pass on? Can you take those with you? Yes. That's second dimensional. Those are the things that you really focus in on. Hang on. Whew. My leg's really giving me trouble today. So these are things that you really want to focus in on. Second dimensional. Okay, so if you're taking notes, definitely we're going to release a burden. Watch the 10 of Wands come up or 9 of Wands come up. We'll see if that comes up. And then we need to focus in on, what is my gift? Even if intuition is the only gift that you have, focus in on it, because the third word is focus. Focus, focus. The other thing too with the planets and this focus, now remember, this is for not only the next week's energy, this is going to be the couple of months energy. The reason why is this full moon is telling us about our relationships, how we communicate with our relationships. This is about thinking of your future as a garden. So during the month of March, we're preparing the soil, we're getting the fence up around it so the deer and the animals and stuff don't come in to eat our vegetables in our garden. We put the fence up around it, which would be us with our standards and our boundaries. We're putting a fence up. We're also making sure that nutrient and the soil is really healthy. It's got some good nutrients in it. It's moist, it's soft, it's ready for those seeds, because a seed has to have somewhat soft soil to be able to come up through that ground. It's not super hard and rocked. It's not an untilled garden where it's all choppy and hard and maybe it's got rocks in it and glass in it. That's kind of toxic energy if it's ourselves. Okay, so we make sure that we got all the toxic people out. Our past is in our past. We've got water. We've got nutrients for our body. We're taking care of our body. And then now in April, May, and June, our focus is on watching those plants, making sure that they're coming up through the soil healthy. If any weeds start coming in, which would be toxic people, bad habits, that kind of a thing, we need to weed them out. Maybe some deer tried to jump over the fence and broke the fence. We got to put our boundaries back up, because somebody's going to test us, or there's distractions that are going to come in and test us, and that's what's going to happen. So this is all about transformation, to release your burdens. Oh my gosh, my leg. Today is just being a stinker. To release the burdens, and also to transform. When we release the burdens, you're going to just have like so much lighter energy around you. Energies, vibrations are going to be so much lighter. You'll see that. All right. So let's see what Divine has and what the planets have for us for the week of the 29th through April 4th. So again, somebody might be in the process of transforming. So the story about the swan, of course, everybody knows, the little ugly duckling turns into a beautiful swan. I'd like to know how that happens, because a duck is not a duck is not a swan. So why did they say not an ugly swanian or something, or swanling? Why don't they say that? But anyway, yeah. See, this is what I was telling you about. A lot of opportunities, a lot of distractions coming up around you. So, and that's where your burdens are coming. Oh, by the way, the swan is the number 3. We need to pay attention to that transformation. That's acknowledging that we do need to transform in something. Everybody does. Could be just a thought process. It could be a habit. Could be the way that we speak, the way that we don't speak. We should hold our tongues, that kind of stuff. And then the other card is the focus, which is about your improvement. Okay, that's about bringing harmony and improvement, balance. Okay, and that's what the planets are talking about, is balance. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So we have a definite opportunity. However, you know, your burden is earth-based because you got to pick and choose. Which one do I do? Because somebody's focus is not on the main thing, the one with the red around it in the center. It's like, ooh, 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 look at this. Oh, I want that. Ooh. So you got earth in there fighting spirit, because, and this is where balance and the planets are having trouble, because in this full moon, it's about the balance between your desires and between your morals, your integrity, your everything that you do, you stand for. You're fighting this because there's going to be a lot of things coming that you want. However, is it the right time, the place, and should you do it? That's where your focus is going to really be. And that's where your burden is, because you're going to have to make some choices. And those choices could be interesting. Thank you. So they're saying that these choices are going to be earth, or they're going to also be spiritual. So you're going to be faced with possessions, things that are materialistic versus more spiritual. All right. And I can't make this up, guys. Second card out is the High Priestess, spiritual. So the divine is asking you to, and the planets are asking you to really look at your spiritual side. Look at what you can't see. Look at the truth of the matter. Look at the clarity. Look at the perspectives. Look at what it is that you need for yourself. All right. What you need for yourself. And the way to figure that out, it's like, if you've got so many choices, is this something that really matters? Is this something that really is going to help me in my future for my journey and my growth? Can I take it with me? If you can't take it with you, is it really that important? Right? You know, our children making I teach everybody in my coaching, I teach my daughter, make memories. I don't care what it is on this earth, just go make memories. You know, bless our hearts. Hopefully nobody has Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or dementia or anything like that. But until we pass on, memories are one thing that we can hold with us in our heart and take with us. Because even if you believe in reincarnation and things like that, you have memories of past lives, all right? So this is something that, and if you're in a Christian belief or anything of that nature, you have one life to live, but you take that with you. And the reason why I know this, I'll tell you, I've talked to my mother since she's passed on. And she shares and she remembers. How that works, don't ask me. I'm not energy. Well, I'm energy, but I'm not passed on energy. I don't know how it works, but I do know for fact that there is memory as we pass on. She asked me to do something, and I'm like, if she didn't have that memory, how would she ask me to do that? And I did it, and I was shocked at the outcome, because it just gave me verification there is life after death, and after our physical death, this body death, there is life. All right. So we have, somebody is stuck in the earth, and this is where your burden is. This is what Divine's talking about. Somebody's stuck in the earth. Because we've got the High Priestess, then we have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is about focusing in on the negative, focusing in about what happened rather than what could be, what the lesson was, focusing in on where we need to go with that kind of a thing, turning and looking at the positive rather than the negative. And this opportunity, you're going to have some type of opportunity coming. You're going to have a choice to make, because we have the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles is offering, it's a newness, a new energy, but the page is about offering something. And in this case, this might have to do with earth and material things. So, you know, in having material things is not a bad thing. It's just when we focus everything on that material thing, then it becomes like in biblical times, an idol. We do not want to focus in on one thing. We need to allow it to come into our existence. Or if you believe in manifestation, if you manifest it, is it really supposed to be for you at that time and place? I don't try to manifest anything. I ask the divine, if this is the timing that you want me to have something or do something or meet somebody, bring it. But I don't try to manifest, because if I manifest something at the wrong time, wrong place, then I'm actually shooting myself in the foot. I might not be ready for it. I keep asking divine, show me, show me. I want to have the gift of sight. I have the gift of hearing. I have the gift of touch. I have the gift of feeling. I have the gift of animals. I have the gift of a lot of things. However, I'm like, why don't I have the gift of sight? I want the gift of sight. Obviously, I'm not ready. Obviously, I'm not ready. I did have the sight of our dog. Now, I've had it twice with the sight of our dog, but people know. So it's interesting, because our dog has passed on. It's interesting that that's happening. But I don't manifest. I say, divine, if this is what you want me to do, or God, if this is what you want me to have right now. And you know what? Sometimes it'll happen in an instant. Other times, he'll say, no, you're not ready, because I'm not focused. I'm not focused. Or if I say, can I have this? Can I have it now? I really want it now. He's going to test me. And he's going to give me a test. And if I fail that test, and sometimes I even know I failed the test, then I know I'm not ready. But if I've been doing my due diligence, and I'm working really hard, believing in him and having faith in him, what he's going to bring forward, yes, then what happens is he will give it to me. Boom. And I'm going to do a video if something happens that I've asked him for. If it does happen, I am going to do a video on it, because I need to share that you really have to have faith and trust that things will happen. And it's just your due diligence of believing in spirit, in God or divine or Allah or Yahweh, whatever you believe in. All right. So we've got the choose two. We have the Judgment card and the Death card, and the reason, no, excuse me, Judgment. I had to think a minute here. I'm thinking of something else. Because we have to make the decision. Again, here, this is a decision between earth and spirit. I don't know who this is for. This is a transformation process for somebody. Definitely a transformation process for somebody. And it's going to release your burden. Somebody wants to run away from it, though, definitely. We've got the Six of Wands, or the Six of Swords, excuse me. I'm a little bit off because I'm really in pain right at the moment. Sorry about that. So we've got the number 2 and the number 6. So we're bringing something together, and this is due to your mental state, your mental thought process. We're either bringing it together. We're going to either release the burden, or we're going to make it worse. So if you run away from this, it's going to make it worse. I'll tell you right now, whatever this choice is that you have to do, this is a test for you. You're going to make it worse. You need to transform. So if you don't face whatever this is, it could be a fear. It could be something that is from your foundation and your past that you definitely just don't want to do. If you run away from it, though, you are going to repeat the cycle, and the burden is going to stay. I don't know who's that energy's for, because you're not paying attention to divine, what divine wants for you. All right. Let's see what else. This is a beautiful transformation, though. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody's going to definitely embrace the change. Somebody's going to embrace the wanting to change, the transformation. This is an exciting time for you. Another person is just, you are fighting it. You don't want to do it. You're so in a negative spot that I don't know who this is. This is somebody coming towards you, or if this is you, but they're in such a negative spot that they're going to stay earthbound. They're just going to stay earthbound. And we've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Eight of Swords, because they just want to stay in this pity party. Somebody is going to stay in a pity party. But Divine's watching. He's like, man, I just want to release this burden for you, but gosh, you know, you're not letting me. You're not letting me. You would rather stay in the pity party than move on. All right. All right. Let's see what else Divine has to say. Sorry, I've got some leather work coming in that I just did not expect. And so the phone's been off the hook. My daughter's mad at me because I'm still working while I'm trying to heal. Honey, I got to make money. But I'm not doing a lot of physical work. I'm just taking in the orders for when I am feeling better. All right. So don't get mad at me, guys. Seven of Swords, King of Pentacles, and Three of Cups. This is going to be a good thing for somebody who allows this transformation. Here's the thing. The Three of Cups is your last card out. And the Three of Cups is a rejoicing, happy celebration kind of a time with somebody. Could be a couple of people. But this is sort of like a relief. You made the right decision. You let go of the materialism. You made the right decision. You stayed in spirit and say, you know what? I'm going to go a different route this way. I'm going to make sure that I make a different choice this time, because the last couple of times hasn't been working. And so you're going to say, you know what? I'm going to do things in reverse, because this is about transformation. It's thank you. So it's like that saying that they keep saying, that you keep doing something over and over and expect a different result. That's insanity. So you're doing the same thing over and over and over, but then you think you're going to get a different result. That's insanity. It's sort of like what I was doing with my business for many, many years. Horse, leather work. But you know what? I wasn't making any more money. So I'm like, okay, should I just keep doing horse? And I did for a couple of years. And I'm like, well, I'm still not making any money. So then when I reopened the business again due to COVID, I said, you know what? I'm going to diversify to the horse industry, the airplane industry, and the carriage industry. And I've exploded. So it's the thing is, you've got to change the mindset, and then that releases the burden. Maybe someone needs to diversify. Maybe you have something going in the center here, but you need to diversify. But you got to be careful with, if you do diversify, if you're a business owner, or you're thinking of a project and nothing's just working, change it up a little bit. However, be mindful that you don't change it up and lose your focus where your original focus is. My horse people are the most important to me, because that's where I started. That's my bread and butter. However, I can make more money with airplane seat covers than I can with horse people. And there's more work in the horse leather than the airplane seat covers, but I'm not going to forget my focus where I started. So as you grow and you transform, do not lose focus on where you came from. So if somebody becomes very wealthy, unfortunately, a lot of people forget that where they came from, they had nothing. And those people are just the same as you and I, and you should be treating them just as you did, or you wanted to be treated when you had nothing. This is a transformation. This is about ego. This is about pride, making sure that you actually keep pride still with the Seven of Swords. Keep walking in the truth. All right, Capricorns. Woo! But somebody is on a new journey to release some burdens. You're going to feel, I'm surprised I didn't see the 10 of Wands. But the thing is, you're going to be releasing burdens. You got to stay focused, one thing at a time. If you try to focus on too many things, it's again like the fishing pole story I tell. You got a fishing pole down here, you got 12 poles, and you got another pole down here. And as soon as that pole down there goes off and you're here, you're running your buns off to get down to that pole, and too late, the fish is gone. Then one goes off down here, and then you're running back and forth. So you're running back and forth. You're losing sight of your focus. So only put one fishing pole in the water at a time, maybe two, but that's it, because you can go back and forth, but you can't go all the way down here and here. You're going to lose out. And that's where you end up having a burden and going home with no fish. All right. Anyway, that is your reading, Capricorns. I'm going to take a break before I do these other ones. I'm not feeling too hot today. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope something resonated with you. Please don't forget to like not only my videos, but anybody you watch is in your YouTubes. Takes 2 seconds to hit that button. And what that does is helps YouTube see how many likes there are for someone's video, and then they raise that up depending on their analysis. So make sure that you like. If you, I'm going to be doing a full moon reading on the 28th. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when that is. I'm still debating. Again, my leg is creating issues of how much I can sit and stand and all that kind of a stuff. So I won't be putting a thumbnail up probably until tomorrow. So I don't know the time. So just go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll know when I'm on for that full moon. Otherwise, we'll see you next week on the 5th. And I hope you enjoyed this. If this did not resonate with you at all, but you think, oh, wow, this sounds like so-and-so, share it with them. Maybe there's something in there that will help them to release some of their burdens, because that's the whole key, is Divine does not want us to have burdens. He wants us to have, wonderful rewards, but we are all on this earth in a transformation process. Always. We're always being changed to lift up. All right. You guys take care and see you on the 5th.